Hello Guardians, Ebontis here, and we are going to go through the Last Word quest step by step. There may be a little spoilers at some point down the road, so if that does come up, I'll try and let you guys know before that actually happens. I'll try and put a little clip in there, just fair warning, but I'm guessing towards the end, just kind of a cool piece, but trying to give you guys solo gameplay of each step, and then maybe a little review, a little gameplay of the gun in use at the end. So, first thing we're going to do is come over to the Drifter, of course the Rogue Lightbearer, see what he's got. So the Drifter has acquired an ancient Hive artifact that he thinks you should take a look at. He believes that it might be tied to one of the Hive's fabled weapons of sorrow. He is eager to help you unlock its secrets and its power. He is offering you stolen pages from a dark book to help further your understanding. Restore the tainted artifact to its original state by defeating Hive and gathering items the Drifter needs. So, first thing, we're going to go ahead and get our cleansing piece here. And it says, purge the artifact of its sickness. Hive defeated with solar damage. So pretty much any solar weapons you can have, solar subclass, all of those will be good. Hive tablets collected. Hopefully that's just from killing Hive. We'll have to see how that goes. And then Hive bosses defeated. Now, from some comments on the channel and other pieces, you would think Hive bosses defeated. There could be some easy ways. Maybe you ran a strike to do that. Will of the Thousands, there's probably some in there. But honestly, one of the best ways, we're going to Mars. We're going to the core terminus lost sector, which I've used for farming some of the forge weapons, because technically I have a boss in there, and it's Hive. So that's probably where we're going to head. So let's pick this thing up. Some who walk a darker path believe what we call weapons of sorrow ain't a complete science. This artifact could be key to a new understanding if you're willing to risk temptation. So let's pick it up. Get that thing acquired. Don't mind that. That's just related to my Malfeasance quest. It's just the second time through. I don't need to do it again. So we're going to take this cleansing step 1, and we're going to go ahead and head over to Mars to the Lost Sector. Alright, Guardians, so you'll see probably a lot of people doing Escalation Protocol if you jump in here soon to work on this quest. It is a good way to get a lot of Hive to spawn. You're going to have some bosses that come up. But what I did is I got all this done in one lost sector. So the core terminus on Mars in the Braytech Futurescape is a great place to do this. Take Hive weapons with you. Take Hive weapons. Take solar weapons with you. Take your solar subclass. And there's a boss at the end. So you just have to farm this lost sector 3 times. And this will actually go pretty quickly. So you don't even have to worry about all the different mechanics in Escalation Protocol. Literally just drive over here. You might have one guy waiting up here as you come up. Maybe shoot him in the face. Come through here, and then just work your way down in. Now, if you go hit a rally flag, you got, a heavy machine gun, anything with solar damage. I've got avalanche for a machine gun, so that's a lot of solar. But I mean, even like, I don't know, Trust would probably be pretty solid with all the medium level guys you've got in here. And then Whisper, Sleeper a couple times on the boss, and you're good to go. Any combination of solar that you're comfortable with, and a super, and grenades, all that stuff's going to go pretty quickly. So, don't even worry too much about it. So that's my advice. I'll give you guys a quick run through. This should finish most of it. I'll probably be missing like the boss mostly. But I think most things should probably get finished up here pretty quick just by doing this. And again, even if you don't have this, something like Trust for hand cannon won't be quite as fast, but you're still pretty quick. Just single shot kills. Most of these are acolytes and thralls, so it's really not that bad. Until you run out of ammo, of course. And just make sure you are picking up all the tablets. Most things should be dead. Again, another nice piece here. Most of these guys will be running right at you. Wait for them to line up and just start popping their heads really quickly. There we go. Shows you how much I played last week. Played a little bit of the Anthem demo, so probably stacked up on EXP there. Once you come in here, we'll head for the boss. And then focus on the big guy. And again, supers are a great way to melt him down. And then whatever does remain when your gun actually has to come out won't be nearly quite as bad. You're going to have a lot of ads if you don't kill him quite right at first, which is totally fine. A lot of ads will make a lot of these little Hive things for you. I'm almost killing him so fast it doesn't even know where to put them all. So the boss is almost down. I can probably finish him up with a shotgun. There we go. So he will drop. Apparently I got that. Now, I got my shotgun just because I've got a machine gun, but if you don't have anything with a decent amount of fire, you might want something that can kill more than just like 1 or 2 enemies. And that's most of the room cleared out. So that is my advice. Come to the Braytech Futurescape, go to the core terminus Lost Sector, and I should be 2/3 done at this point. Yeah, so defeat Hive with solar damage. Literally in 3 runs, you'll be totally done. So I'm going to finish this step up, and then we're going to go see what is next. Alright, Guardians, so 3 runs through this Lost Sector should be a nice quick way as long as you're running solar subclass, solar weapons, a nice way to knock this out. I have one more boss to kill, which is the guy at the end of this Lost Sector, so let me go shoot him in the face and see what the next step is. Just run on in here. He doesn't have too much left. Good old Ikelos beast mode. And got our next step. Oh. See if we can not buy all of these guys. Alright. Calm down for a second. Let's take a look. So, the artifact is now cleansed, but what is the purpose? Now we go visit the Drifter. If we're going back to him a lot, I guess we're going to get comfortable with that trip. So, to the Drifter, we go. So the Drifter has set you on a dark path, but insists you are doing the right thing, regardless of the danger. After all, what better way to stand against darkness than to embrace it? The cleansed artifact hungers for light. Defeat your fellow guardians to feed it. So, let's take a look and see what this next step is. The Temptation. Definitely taking us down a slightly dark road. Okay, apparently the lore book is opening up. Hold on for just a second. Want to see what this artifact can do? Feed it light by defeating guardians in the Crucible. Being defeated will impede progress. So, just so everyone knows, I will go in and do some testing and kind of wrap up towards the end once I figure out kind of what the numbers are like. But as you get kills, you're going to raise the percentage. As you get killed, you will lose percentage. So it is a give and take situation. It's not just going up. It can go back down. So if you have a death streak, definitely one of those things to be careful of. So play conservative, use weapons you're comfortable with. Don't go into mayhem, it is just totally insane. And just stick with where you feel the most comfortable. Quick play is probably the best place to go. Stay back in your team, just trying to get some, assists and things like that will hopefully start counting towards this thing. So I'm going to go play some PvP and we'll see how this goes. Still alive. Alright guys, we're about to wrap up and hopefully get our last kill here for PvP, if I can help it. With any control of my own. And right on cue, the Damnation, and the icon has actually changed as well. So when this map finishes, I'll get back to orbit, and we'll see what happens next. Alright, Guardians, so we're back in orbit after the PvP segment. Biggest thing I can say on that is definitely play far away. The Black Scorpion Scout Rifle is actually really good after the meta change, so if you can play from range with that, anything like a Pulse Rifle, if you're good at sniping, I would not advise going in and doing things like trading with shotguns, because, I mean, if you're good at shotguns, cool, but if you're going to trade, you're not really going to make a lot of progress. And it does seem... Assists, for one, seem to help. So, I mean, even if you don't get the kill, but somebody else follows up, that'll actually still keep you balanced. But it did seem like I got some boosts in there. So, if you get some streaks, that may help as well. So, definitely try and make sure you got supers where you can get multiple kills. That may benefit you a lot for the PvP section. But now, we are on to the Damnation. Now, that sounded like I said the Damnation, but the Damnation. The artifact is calling to something dark. Uncover a dark ritual on Titan and stop the twisted ceremony. Hive ritual stopped. Which I'm guessing is just the public event, so let's go find out. Alright, Guardians, so we are on Titan, and the quest, the draw, we're on the Damnation step. The artifact has uncovered something dark. So we're going to come up here. I know there are 2 quest icons. That's just an old exotic, like mid multi-tool or something that I haven't done. But your quest icon is actually right here by this spool of what looks to be giant wiring. So let's start the quest mission and see what happens. Alright, so new objective, uncover a Hive dark ritual. Seems like I'm just in a normal instance of patrol right now. Where am I going? Is it taking me the long way? Got here, going around. It's probably going to take me into the Lost Sector on Titan. Oh yeah, it is. Yep. Going into the good old faction rally farming Lost Sector of all time. Machine gun should work fairly well to melt the boss. Uncover the Hive Dark Ritual. Dum dum dum. Such drama. If only there was drama in this game. There's going to be some drama when we figure out what's going on with Marasov and Aldrin, but that's for another time. Oh, so that's the Hive Ritual. So we got a wizard boss up there. Got a lot of acolytes that are just pissed off. This is 500, so it's not overly high, but it is going to probably hurt a little bit if you're not paying attention. There are less knights in here. I literally say there's less knights as one walks around the corner. Can you not let me be right for like 3 seconds? Really? You're not going to beat me. Quit trying. Well, yeah, I can probably just work you at... Well, that's a little too fast. Well, it is a solar shield, so make sure you bring a solar weapon with you. I guess it wasn't a totally poor call to keep that thing on there. It also looks like I'm not done. Eliminate the Hive. I am working on it. Just keep spawning, just keep spawning, just keep spawning, spawning. Hive forever. Well, I know there's like one over here somewhere. What are you doing, bud? Hi. Goodbye. That's your buddy. Oh, we've got a servant of the betrothed. Is there a wedding involved? Or a ceremony of some kind? I feel like that's a bit weird for terminology. The betrothed couple. Another wizard. They go down fast. Definitely bring something solar with you. That's kind of a must in here. I will definitely advise that. No shield so far, which isn't so bad. Oh, gotta kill the wizard to drop the shield, and then... Oh, more wizards, I'm guessing. Oh, give me a second, I gotta reload. Where's the wizard? It's a wizard! Throwback to the Matrix and a very, very different odd reference. I know something's over here. Yeah, you guys still just keep hanging out over here. Trying to catch me off guard. I know what's coming. There you are. See, I knew you were here. There we go. I can't jump because you slowed me down, but now the shield is down on big guy. That was a terrible throw, but I can finish you with this. As long as you don't... Really, I gotta do it 3 times? Okay. 3 times it is. Fine, let's just do this. 1, 2, and 3. Bam. That was fairly efficient. Alright, Hive has been eliminated. A new Jagged purpose. That looks like the helmet with the hole in it. So, going back to orbit or something... Or dying. Yep. We'll get to the next step in just a second. A new Jagged purpose. You found a Guardian's helmet penetrated by a unique bullet. We have to go visit the Drifter. But before we do, the artifact was part of a Hive ritual tied to their efforts to perfect the weapons of sorrow. But that helm you found. Only one thing that can cut through a Guardian like that. We may be too late. New weapons may already be in play. So let's go talk to the Drifter, see what he's got to say. Apparently we don't get many voice lines for this. The ritual you disrupted on Titan intrigues the Drifter. He believes that a certain Hive wizard was behind the twisted ceremony. She was betrothed to a Hive weapon master, and the two were responsible for the creation of new weapons of sorrow. It's time for a ritual of your own. Sullied Light. So, let's take a look and see what Sullied Light is. Oh my, we've got some stuff to do. Okay. Hive Weapon Master is creating new weapons of sorrow. You need to stop it. Gather powerful objects to sully your light and complete the ritual. So collect etched crystals from Lost Sector wanted escapees, which I'm guessing is just going to be Lost Sector bosses. Earn multiple Best Served Cold and Blood for Blood medals in the Crucible. We'll talk about kind of the best ways to get those. Defeat Hive with precision damage to collect larvae. And sacrifice Hive bosses summoned in witches' rituals. So, Let's go through them piece by piece. Etched crystals collected from Lost Sector wanted escapees. The wanted are usually going to be the bosses, and you have 15 of those. Best way to do that, if it's is probably going to honestly be where we just were. The Lost Sector on Titan, you can farm that thing over and over. You just run straight in the room, zap the guy in the face with something like Sleeper a couple times, and reload the rig and do it over and over and over. So that's probably the best way to do that. Best Served Cold and Blood for Blood is like Revenge and Avenger, a couple different medals. So those I'll have to check specifically, but I'll kind of discuss those when I get to the Crucible part. I think Mayhem is actually going to be a really good thing for that. Defeat the Hive with precision damage. Just shoot him in the head. And sacrifice Hive bosses summoned in Witches' Rituals, which is going to be the public event. So probably the most time-constricting thing is going to be the public event for the Hive summoning ritual. So your best bet is to look for that, and then if not, then go work on Lost Sectors, then make sure you go in between. So on Titan, if you can find the public event right here for the Witch's Ritual, that's the one you're looking for. Not this one, and not this one. It's the one down here to the left of the word the. Or your other option is Mars, and the public event would be right here. Now, a lot of people are going to be doing Escalation Protocol, and you've got 15 Lost Sectors to do, so my advice, as it is only 3 public events, probably just start grinding out your Lost Sector. So we're going to head back to the rig, and I'll cover one of these for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, Guardians, so the Lost Sector I'm talking about is the one where we just actually fought that little mini quest. But if you're just going for the normal clear method, just jump on your Sparrow, go to right about here, drop down, catch yourself, and usually just try and find literally the quickest line between point A and B, slide down here, go around the corner, sprint on through, grab something heavy, whether it's Sleeper. This machine gun will probably do fine. It's just the Ogre in the back. You shoot it and you're good to go. Now there's also going to be Hive in here, so if you're looking for those precision Hive kills at first, you can get some of those as well. And these are also going to give you larvae. So all of this is going to be probably a pretty good place to start. The other option, of course, I would probably guess is the Hive Lost Sector core terminus that we were using for other things. Once the Ogre comes out and shows himself, just pull out your, notice as he is wanted, that's kind of an important factor to this. And again, if he gets a little angry, now this is where Sleeper or Whisper is probably going to be even better than this machine gun just for ammo efficiency. A few shots of Whisper and you never actually run out, you're probably good to go. So he is down, I got a couple etched crystals, now I can work on these guys, trying to get some larvae, that hopefully I can pick up if it doesn't disappear. There we go, it's all over the map. So yeah, so you can either use this one, or I would say core terminus on Mars, and that's really just a personal preference, up to you. I might even do half and half just so I don't do the same Lost Sector 60 times. But you guys have fun doing this one, and I'll get to a couple other sections of this quest once I finish this up. Alright, Guardians, so farming the Lost Sector over here on Titan, the one just kind of on the north edge of the rig, called Cargo Bay 3. Works really well. So at this point, I'm up to 12 bosses killed while I was waiting on the public event to come. Hive larvae was really fast, just precision kills. So you've got the Hive heroic Hive rituals completed. They have to be heroic, so I'll go through and explain that once just so you guys all know. And the Crucible medals will be last. Now, one thing to know about the Hive ritual, when you see it on the map, you're in one instance of Destiny, wherever it's at. Now, if you finish it quickly, basically just as soon as you finish and you get the credit for it, load back into the rig, and there may be a couple times, like 2, 3, 4, and see if you find another instance of the public event going on, and you might be able to get 2 in 1. So that way you don't have to wait for the full 3. You may not get lucky, and you may not catch any of them, but it is a way to potentially catch like another instance of one if you reload the rig, and this one is close enough that it's more viable. Personally, I would say the rig is probably quicker for most of this, because Mars, you have to load in the Futurescape and you have to drive over here and then walk all the way to the bottom to get the boss. This is actually the same public event that you're looking for. So the Hive ritual on Mars is going to be in this location here as well. Only difference is if Escalation Protocol is going on, which many people are using to farm the early part of this quest, it may delay it and not be there. So it may be an option to check on, but also my bet would be use Titan first and then Mars as a secondary one. But I'll throw this public event in here once it starts so you guys can see how to make this thing heroic, which is important, and then we'll move on to the Crucible piece. Alright, so once the ritual actually starts, you're going to have 2 rings on the ground. You need to make sure somebody's standing in each of them, because when you're actually standing them, that's how you can actually drop the shield off of the wizard. So once the shield goes down, drop each wizard. Make sure somebody's on both sides. Maybe they don't quite know how this goes. But you might have a little love over here. Just make sure you're split up. Make sure somebody's on one side and somebody's on the other. Because once both wizards go down, you need to make sure somebody is on both sides. So once the wizards drop, stand on the plates so these shields actually drop off of the crystal. Once the shield actually drops off the crystal, make sure both are killed. And then when both drop, then you're going to have the boss come out, whatever big stuff you've got. It's usually going to come out just a little bit later. Probably some curse throw all around. People tend to like to tether and just absolutely blow this guy away, which is what I'm going to try and do. And hopefully it actually works. And there you go. Quick heroic event completed. Now, when I say try and reload the area, you know, hit the... I don't even know if you have to hit the chest for it to count. Maybe, maybe not, but we're going to try and reload it again, see if we can catch a second one. I'll do this a couple times, and then I'll just move on to Crucible. Alright, so here's another one. I've loaded twice. They're in the middle of the Witch's Ritual, so I'm going to try and go in and join this one. Make sure I don't miss out on the opportunity. Looks like this one is just barely getting started too, so that one's over here. It does need to be the heroic, so we need to make sure and drop the crystals quickly. There we go. Both crystals are down. And looks like I'm going to be able to get both of these, two of them done here right at the same time. So trying to reload this one quicker helps just because it's actually something that you can do multiple times in a row. Not all lost sectors are created equal. This one's just really easy to get to and try this. This guy is just going to take the beating of my ridiculous beam of light here and hopefully just die. If I don't die, that'd be great. Now, with less people in here, it doesn't go quite as fast, but there's usually a few people around that are willing to help. And then eventually Big Boy's going to teleport back in, or I think he got Nova Bombed, and there we go. So that's 2 down. I might try a couple more, or you're just going to wait for it to load again. So that pretty much covers the Lost Sector, the Precision. So the Lost Sector bosses, we'll do that a couple more times. The public event, and then, of course, you've also got the Hive precision damage for the larvae. Last one will be the Crucible medals, and I'll explain what those are in just a second. Alright, Guardians, so I am on my last medal. The Heroic Hive Rituals did that one on Titan. If you catch a Hive Ritual, try and reload the rig multiple times so you can get in a second one. I did do that once. The Hive Larvae is literally just precision kills one Hive. That one's pretty straightforward. The Crucible medals, I know you may watch this later and Mayhem may not be active, but that is where I actually did it, because you'll have enough quick deaths going on. You may have people trading back and forth. You may be following behind somebody with your super. They're not in a super. There's just enough times where the Best Served Cold and the Blood for Blood, that's when Best Served Cold, that's the one where you kill the person who killed you, and Blood for Blood, I think, is killing somebody who just killed your teammate. So it's like avenged and then revenged. Either way, those two are... I did them in Mayhem, so that seemed to be the consistent place, but really it's just going to be Crucible. It's not going to be like you're not going to lose progress on this one, but as these sometimes are just kind of organic medals of, hey, somebody just died, I killed somebody else. Things like heavy, things like rocket launchers actually helped me out. I was using the Two-Tailed Fox, but a rocket launcher, you may actually fire the rocket, somebody may kill you, but you may kill them back. So things like that may actually be things that help you guys out. The Etched crystals from the Lost Sector wanted escapees, that was 15 runs of the same Lost Sector. In case you're wondering which one I ran, it was just literally loading on Titan. Hey, Witch's Ritual's up right now. This would be the one to go to. But I literally loaded on the rig, ran into Cargo Bay 3, like killed a few ads, so I was working on the Hive crystals at the same time from the precision kills, and then I put Sleeper, a Super, Whisper, whatever you want, into the Ogre. As soon as it went down, reloaded the rig, ran back in again. Do this all while you're waiting on the ritual to go on, and it seemed to work pretty well. So that's kind of how I knocked those pieces out, so I'm going to hopefully get this last medal in this Crucible match, and we will see which part is next. Can't get me behind geometry. Got him. Hey, there it is, Sorrow's Road. Next quest step is up. Alright, the next step is finally here, Sorrow's Road. You have all you need to track the Hive Weapon Master. Let's go visit the Drifter. Using the thorn from your dead friend's helm, hint, hint, if you guys did not play Destiny 1, there's a gun called Thorn, and it was quite a unique little animal. So that potentially is going to be coming back because there's been way too many teases. There's a cinematic that Bungie teased out that actually has the projectiles from it. So all of that stuff definitely leads us to believe that's going to be coming back. Using the thorn from your dead friend's helm and letting corruption touch your light ain't an easy call. But you didn't back down. Come see me and we'll track the weapon that fired that jagged bit of death. So let's go to the Drifter and see what he's got to say. Alright, the Drifter has helped you track a dangerous Hive warrior tied to the infamous Weapons of Sorrow. The fight won't be easy. You'll be outgunned and alone. This is a solo mission from what I've heard, no question about it. But you've come this far and there's no turning back. It's high noon, Guardian. Gun down the Hive weapons expert before his diseased arsenal can spread. So, let's see what the quest step says now. The conversation. Somehow I feel like it's not going to be a conversation. Inkar, the Hive weapon master, is hiding in Hellrise Canyon in the Tangled Shore. Hunt him down. Time to hunt us a Hive weapons master and put an end to whatever he's cooking up. This is where you get to be a hero. And we both get to learn a little bit more about the things best left undiscovered. Careful out there. You'll be alone. And odds will be stacked. Hopefully you'll make it back. So, this will be a solo run, it sounds like. See what the mechanics are in this fight. Should be interesting. But I will record it, probably not have too much commentary over it so you guys can just see the fight. If there's any tips I have afterwards, I'll give those to you guys, but just for the experience. And apparently spoilers may be something to watch out for here. So if you don't want to know what happens at this point, you may want to at least get to the mission or fight it yourself. If you guys want to know the strategy, let's jump in. Alright, Guardians, so once you load into the Tangled Shore, Thieves Landing, your quest is actually going to be very far south. So you're going to travel down Thieves Landing, go around the ship, and kind of hug the left wall so you can go into the tunnel, and they'll end up down in here and then kick it off. So go ahead and jump on that Sparrow, turn left, and let's head to the quest as quickly as we can get down in the hole. You're going to have to clear some ads to get down there, but at least I'll show you guys the full path to get there. If you do want to avoid spoilers, wow, that's a word. Spoilers towards the end of the mission. So you guys want to, if you want to figure out the mechanics and stuff on your own, I will give you a heads up before the spoiler piece actually gets there. So if you guys want to just kind of know most of the lead up, but again, I'll still go through the full mechanics if you guys want to see it all. I know the mechanics at this point because I've done it a few times and I've had a bug where it's not counting. So if that does happen to you, cross my fingers it works this time and you can actually go to orbit and reset this thing. But you actually have to go to orbit because I actually exited out. Just the activity went back through and it still didn't count. So hopefully a back to orbit reset gets this thing to count. Crossing my fingers. We'll find out. I do love Rampage. It's so nice. Come on, Thrall. There we go. There's a wizard somewhere in here. Well, that's the range of my melee right there. All right, so once you get down in here, you can even, bring up your ghost. It'll bring you a little closer towards the towards the quest. Really struggling with the words in this video, so thank you guys for putting up with that fun. And you'll have a few Thrall. Some above. A couple apparently right in front of me. You are probably going to want to bring a full heavy whatever it is. You're going to have a few powerful enemies. Mostly just wizards with solar shields, so bring something solar for sure. And here we go. So the draw. Inkar, the Hive Weapon Master, is hiding in Hellrise Canyon Tangled Shore. Hunt him down. Let's see if we can kill him this time. Alright, so new mission, the conversation. It's probably going to be a short conversation. Find Inkar. Now, you'll notice the little orb on the ground. It basically means attrition is on, but not quite. So the modifier is suppressed light. Health regeneration is much slower, but health can be replenished by defeating enemies. Abilities charge more slowly, but do more damage. So you'll have a grenade, and it will hit harder, but you're just not going to have it as often. Now I have some acolytes across to the right. Watch out those. There are a couple snipers, couple off to the left. Knight down in the middle. Now once you've got all the ads down, head to the outside, and you got to kind of go far enough in to spawn the next ads. You basically kind of want to run towards this wall. When you do, you'll get the ground to shake. And a Hive ship will magically teleport in through the evaporation of nothingness. Always impressive. And you'll have some adds that spawn. Some will eventually on like phase 2 come in here. A couple adds down here. And then eventually you're going to have an ogre in here as well. And that ogre has some health. It's also going to be a wizard at some point too. So heavy ammo is going to benefit you well. If you have a solar machine gun, something like Avalanche, that's probably going to serve you extremely well. Whisper if you're good with your shots. Sleeper is going to be pretty powerful if you can drop the shields. And something like, I got to check the other name of the shotgun. But Ikelos, of course, is really good at dropping these shields. This guy isn't as bad. That chain's going. See if I can break this shield here. And again, that actually hit really hard. So the ogre is going to be the final thing that spawns. I wouldn't try and shotgun him. That's just a recipe for disaster. And there's no burn specifically, but I'm going to see if I can actually get my grenade on his feet for a change. See if that'll help cook him down. But even like a full clip of my heavy is still not going to kill him. Now with the grenade, I got him low, but a full clip still didn't... A full clip of Hammerhead doesn't even get him below like 2/3. So definitely going to need something that hits pretty damn hard, and that's why machine guns, you know, have a lot of ammo. Now once the ogre dies, it's going to drop a worm. It's gross, it's big, it's glowy, but what you need to do is make sure you know where you're taking it. And it's to that wall over there. You got about 15 seconds, so pick it up and run. It's a pretty big worm. It's about the size of my upper torso, so not a small thing. Big, wiggly, glowy hive worm. Put it in the wall, back out, it'll wiggle in, you'll get a small, and then a big. And then the wall's open. Alright, so infiltrate the lair of Inkar. Phase 2, the conversation, find him again. Now as you run down in here, you're going to have the triple wizard fight. So, in here, 3 wizards, 3 shields, 1 basically releases at a time. Make sure you don't back up too far. I've been actually behind this wall and it spawned, and you kind of have to go kill yourself. And dying in this mission seems to glitch everything out, so you don't want to die. So make sure you run in all the way when this mission is going to start. You don't want to be halfway. It's kind of a bummer if that happens. Now, you could rush on the boss, or on the wizard, but my advice is take out everything else first, and then focus on the wizard itself, so you're not dealing with too much. Too much stuff, and the wizard itself is going to have a decent amount of health. It's going to take quite a bit of shotgunning. At least for me, it takes a lot of shotgunning. So kill your adds, you know, use your walls, use your wells, use whatever you need to survive. Because again, dying in here is something that doesn't seem like you can recover from it, so it is important not to do that. I saw heavy ammo. Now, where did it go? Alright, so I'm going to use the shotgun to try and pop the shield. Melee, get my trench barrel shots going. Or just completely whiff, which is good. I got empowered, which always works for a warlock. Now, as you do more damage, more enemies will spawn, so be careful about that. I'm apparently terrible with a shotgun, but that's a whole different problem. Alright, see if you can kill some more ads, see if I can get any shotgun ammo to drop. That wizard is actually going to be flying down into the cave down on the bottom, so you can chase that one down in a little while. But you'll have some more ads to kill as we go. Alright, so this wizard's not going to move, staying in the middle. You're going to have some thrall coming at you, so wait for those. They will typically run around to you. I'm apparently bad at aiming. Got some heavy ammo at least, that's there. Gonna have some knights around still, so watch out for those. Couple acolytes. Just be aware you got quite a few to kill, so stay mobile, stay moving, watch your cover. Don't die. Alright, there's some shotgun ammo. Grab any health orbs if you need them. Oh, apparently the wizard didn't like me getting close and just flapped its cape at me. That was cute. Oh yeah, now it's just going to throw heavy ammo at me, but I can't get shotgun ammo. Cool. Guess I'll be using heavy in here. So this wizard will be in here. I'm going to try and break the shield somewhere in here in this little room. So pop those shield, and then still the wizard with this much health is kind of impressive. Because normally after the shield goes down, they're pretty much like easy peasy, but this thing's got some health. And again, just to make the shield pop a little easier, there we go. You're going to have some ads coming up to you, so be quick about it. Try not to linger too long while you're working on it. Alright, Wizard is down. Gonna have a few more ads coming at you. Kill them so you get some ammo drops. Grab the orbs for the attrition. Help. Couple Curse Thrall. And more Curse Thrall. Apparently being in this cave can be treacherous. Wizard is behind me over there. I've got health to pick up over here. Alright, there's my machine gun. And again, I still use my shotgun to break the shield. It's a little more efficient. But as I know, I've got heavy over there. That's still pretty effective, so I'll finish him up with the heavy. There we go. That was a nice little pairing. Grab my heavy ammo, and now we head towards the final section. Now, if you want to go straight down, this little area underneath the crystal is instantly going to go away. As soon as you shoot it, it will break away. So I shoot it from a little farther so I don't fall and take any damage. And then fall kind of gradually, catch yourself. Now, here's the point where if you don't want to see the mechanics of how this final fight goes, that you do want to dip out. If you have some issues with it, I will show you guys how it works. But I've had some glitches from this section. So if you die at any point in here, you will respawn kind of where you are, but to let the mechanic, is all I'm going to say right now until you see it, respawn, you have to come back to this point. You don't have to jump up top, but you can respawn the mechanic. Now, from my experience, just because you respawn the mechanic doesn't mean you're going to actually finish the mission if you die and it's bugged. But it is a way to practice. So if you want to practice and then reload the whole thing, spend your time practicing so you feel comfortable. And there we go. So, spoilers coming up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Alright, so notice a big glowing thing. That is going to be your platform, just like the Witch's Ritual. When you stand on it, you're going to have a counter, and you're also going to have the boss appear in front of you. When the boss appears, it's in car. You're going to have this little timer that counts up to 100. Then it's going to say draw. You're literally going to pull the last word out of thin air, which is kind of crazy but cool. And then when you fire, you need to shoot as a weapon. It's got a slight blue tint to it, but it's always going to be his right hand. So if you're facing him, if I've got like an enemy and this is his outline, it's going to be on its left-hand side from what you're facing. So let's go ahead and show you guys how this works one time. All right, so steady. It's kind of like a Western duel. It's going to appear. You guys see it off to my right. Pick it up and fire it as weapon. So you can't do more than the one shot of damage, but as you do the damage, make sure you shoot his weapon. Now the first one's not as bad. I wouldn't run up completely. Fall down here. You're going to have a few enemies that fall down in front of you. One off to the side, and then this one right here. A few ads down below. Kill them. If you got Rampage up, try and find your Knight so you can get some quick damage on those. And there we go. Alright. Grab any ammo you got, grab any orbs, and we're going to go on to Phase 2. Now, Phase 2 is 2 ads, or 2 boss little shots. Now, the idea here, the order they spawn is the order you have to kill them, because if you wait for the other one to be unimmune, the other one's probably going to shoot you and kill you. And they get one shot and you're dead, so it's fast. So, if the one on the left spawns first, shoot the weapon on the one on the left, and then the one on the right. And it can go either way, like it can spawn right to left or left to right. So, cross my fingers I get this right. So here we go. Steady. So it's going to go left and then right. Draw. Aim for that weapon. Shoot it and then shoot it. There we go. Almost missed on that one. You have to be accurate and you have to be quick. It is literally like a Western duel in the middle of town. It works just about like that. You have to be fast, and if you are too slow, you will die. Now, I do think this is actually going to work because right now it says stop in car instead of find in car. So currently the title up in the top corner actually looks correct, so I definitely don't want to die. And we're almost there. Not too many ads here, no knights or anything. And the final phase. So stop in car, the weapon master. Now, if you ever do die to him and it gets bugged, go all the way to orbit because I've tested this multiple times. That seems to be a thing. Hopefully Bungie looks into that. And then this is phase 3. This is the final fight. You're going to have 3 of them, and they can spawn in any order. It can be middle, left, right. right, middle, left. You can go down a line, you can skip back and forth, but the idea is, again, you have to shoot all three. I wouldn't pump too many bullets into each of them because you only have so many. You don't want to run out on the last one if you're pumping bullets out too quickly. Now, if you guys have noticed, I go aim down sights. I pull up my cursor so I can actually have some accuracy. I'm not so good at firing from the hip. If you're a last word master, that is up to you. But for me, I go aim down sights just for that accuracy. So, final fight. Cross our fingers. The prompt in the top left corner says stop Incar instead of find him, so it looks like this should work. So hopefully here we go. Steady up. I've got right. I've got left and then middle. Awesome. I've got the hard version, so here we go. Draw it up. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Yes. There we go. He's going to drop his gun. Falls to the ground. It looks like Old Thorn. Stop Incar. I did. Hey! Holy crap, there it is. Sweet. So, last word hand cannon went to my postmaster, unfortunately. But the darker path and the mission's going to end, so let's see what's next. Alright, Guardians, so it did go to my postmaster, but we have the last word, so let's pick it up and take a look at it. So the last word has been acquired. Bread has been acquired, as they keep saying all around the world of Twitter, so I'll have to send Dylan the tweet, but it has been acquired. Still one of the cooler looking weapons with the detail, the text mechana, the engravings, always some awesome detail. Yours until the last flame dies and all words have been spoken. Shin Malfor to you as you journey forth into the unknown. Pretty heavy words there, pretty cool lore to this gun, kind of awesome stuff, and definitely a huge tease for what is upcoming, which has to be Thorn. That's going to be crazy. In case you guys think this is broken, I only imagine how Thorn's going to come into the meta. Fanfire. This weapon can be fired quickly and continuously. Faster reloading and increased accuracy on successive hip fire damage. So that is the weirdest thing. Increased accuracy on hip fire. Firing from the hip as well here, so hip fire grip. Ergonomic grip that increases accuracy and stability when firing from the hip. It's the only time a hip fire grip is actually a good thing on a hand cannon because that's what this is built for. And textured grip. The friction on this weapon's grip is particularly strong. Greatly increased handling speed, slightly decreases stability. Increased range and corkscrew rifling for increased range and stability and handling speed. And there is an ornament, in case you haven't seen it. It's in the... Currently, right now, it is only available in the prismatic matrix. So if you have some facets, definitely try and pick that one up. No need to infuse because it dropped at 650. So let's go talk to the Drifter and see what his final text has got all of it. Well, this is final text is, sorry, words are hard, to wrap this thing up.
Hey, what the hell are you doing with that gun? That's the last word. You know you can trust me, but the man who gave you that? He's the one who walked into hell and spread my friend's ashes on the side of a rock. Oh, you are such a punk. Trying to play both of us, huh? You are insane. I dig it. But ask yourself, what's to stop that man from doing you in, like he's done with so many of my friends? I'll be seeing you, punk.
So definitely some sass there from the Drifter. He's talking about the other side of this. So the last word in Thorn, two kind of guns going back and forth. You've got the Drifter, his whole crazy story, which hopefully we'll be figuring out coming up about a month or so, somewhere in March. I mean, is when we expect it to happen. So not sure when Season of the Drifter starts, but the last event for this season is going to be Crimson Days, which is coming up on the 12th. And then we've probably got 2 weeks, which will put that probably on the 26th of February or the week after. So I'm guessing early March is probably kind of a wind down. But the Drifter is disturbed seeing the last one in your hand, but he is endlessly intrigued by the Hive weapon you uncovered. He offers a quick warning about trust and then brushes it off with a laugh. There is still much to learn about the weapons of sorrow. Hopefully, the trust you've placed in the Drifter will lead to new understandings. So, that is the last word quest. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the guide. If you have any glitches in this final section, if you die and it doesn't quite finish, go back to orbit and, exit the activity and don't restart the mission. Actually go all the way back to orbit. But again, the PvP sections in here, if you play a little bit smart, it felt for me like streaks helped a little bit, so try and use supers that give you multiple chances at kills, like a roaming super, golden gun, dawn blade, anything that can get you multi-kills. do it on quick play. I used Mayhem, depending on when you're watching this video, for the medals part of the quest as well. And it's just one of those where you're probably going to get a lot of kills, and at some point those are just going to be organic. It's either the Revenge or Avenger medals that you're going to get, and use those. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this guide. If you did, drop a like below, leave a question if you have any questions about this or recommendations. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitch or Twitter, some of these guys got to see this commentary live, which was entertaining for them. And streams have been a lot of fun lately, so I definitely have been trying to be on Twitch a lot more. And then, of course, right here on YouTube, if you guys haven't subbed yet, please do so. Definitely help support the channel. And besides that, if you guys want more videos coming to you, you guys know what to do. Hit that notification bell, and I will stay in your feed. So thank you very much. Have an awesome day, weekend, whatever you got going on. I'll be streaming as much as I can. I've got a Shattered Throne thing to work on and other stuff to do. So have yourselves an awesome day, guys. I will try and have this one up Thursday morning, which hopefully is when you'll see it. And that should pretty much be a wrap. So I'll see you guys soon, and enjoy.